Hello and welcome to What the F Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, March 18th, 2021. Welcome to Day 58. The United States is on track to surpass Biden's goal of administering 100 million COVID-19 shots by this Friday. Just over 99 million shots have been administered since Biden took office, and over the last week, the country is averaging nearly 2.5 million injections per day. 65% of people aged 65 or older have received at least one shot, and 36% have been fully vaccinated. The Biden administration is reportedly looking toward the middle of May to relax travel restrictions with Mexico and Canada, and on inbound international travel from the United Kingdom, Europe, and Brazil. Meanwhile, Biden agreed to send out 2.5 million doses of the AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine to Mexico. The announcement of the vaccine deal follows a recent call where Biden asked President Andrés Manuel López Obrador of Mexico whether more could be done to limit the flow of migrants coming to the border. Today, Mexico announced that it will limit travel across its northern and southern borders starting March 19th and deploy sanitary control measures at both borders to slow the spread of COVID-19. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said the discussions over vaccines and border security were unrelated, but also overlapping. When asked if the vaccine offered to Mexico had strings attached, Psaki replied that there were several diplomatic conversations, parallel conversations, many layers of conversations at play. The U.S. will also send about 1.5 million doses of the vaccine to Canada. Moving on, an Inspector General's report found no evidence to support a Pennsylvania postal worker's claim that his supervisors had tampered with mail-in ballots during the 2020 presidential election. Richard Hopkins initially alleged that he overheard plans to backdate ballots that were received after November 3rd and attempt to pass them off as legitimate. Hopkins later released a sworn affidavit recanting those allegations. Lindsey Graham and other Republicans, however, repeatedly cited that initial allegation to press baseless claims of voter fraud in the election. Meanwhile, a dozen House Republicans voted against awarding 3 police officers who defended the U.S. Capitol when it was attacked by a pro-Trump mob on January 6th. Several of the lawmakers objected to the use of the term insurrectionists in the resolution, while others objected to the use of the word temple to describe the Capitol. Moving on, 21 Republican-led states sued the Biden administration for revoking the Keystone XL oil pipeline permit. The lawsuit alleges that Biden exceeded his authority to revoke the permit because of a 2011 provision that required Obama to approve the pipeline or issue a determination that it wasn't in the national interest. Obama ultimately rejected the application, but Trump approved it. Biden then revoked the approval. Several of the states aren't even near the proposed pipeline path. Back in D.C., the Senate confirmed Xavier Becerra as Health and Human Services Secretary, the first Latino to lead the department. The vote was 50-49. Susan Collins was the only Republican to support Becerra's nomination. The Senate also confirmed William Burns to be Biden's CIA director. Ted Cruz had delayed Burns' nomination in an effort to pressure the Biden administration to issue sanctions to stop the completion of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline between Russia and Germany. After Secretary of State Antony Blinken issued a strong declaration suggesting future sanctions, Cruz said he would no longer delay Senate confirmation. In New York, prosecutors investigating Trump's business practices sent new subpoenas to local governments near Trump's Seven Springs resort as part of an inquiry into whether the value of the Westchester County property was improperly inflated in order to reduce Trump's taxes. District Attorney Cyrus Vance's office also subpoenaed material from people who worked with Trump to develop the property. Meanwhile, the Manhattan District Attorney's office is scheduled to meet again with Michael Cohen for the 8th time. And finally, Vladimir Putin wished Joe Biden good health after he agreed that the Russian leader was a killer. Biden also pledged that the Kremlin is going to pay for Russian interference in the 2020 election, which was detailed in a declassified intelligence report. Russia called its Washington ambassador after Biden's comments and warned of the possibility of an irreversible deterioration of relations. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.